That's for grapple.
I'm probably not gonna make it, but who?
Strength plus.
Oh,
Oh dear God! Strength
oh my
plus
God.
base attack.
Ah.
So damn close. Do you have any swift action magic items?
Oh yes, I do, but it's only in a swift action. I can use my swift action gauntlet to boost my strength by 2, but that's
That
oh
counts. It's
yes,
strength check.
Do it!
Grapple's a strength
yes.
check.
I will use it to
Does
boost
it
it
say
up.
you have to do it before the check, or can it say anytime? If it says anytime, you are good, man. You can tie and thus not get grappled.
Brute gauntlet, brute gauntlet, brute gauntlet.
Brute
Oh, you
gauntlets.
could, yeah.
It gives you a +2
BR.
to checks for the round. I know that.
Brute gauntlets. Brute gauntlets allow you to temporarily increase your physical might. The gauntlets have 3 charges. Spending one or more charge grants you a morale bonus to strength checks, strength-based skill checks, and melee weapon damage for 1 round. It doesn't specify it has to be done before the check, so you could technically apply it upon making that roll.
Yes, I'm
One
using it,
charge for
and
+2, 3, 4. You can literally just use 1 charge to die, and you're
yeah,
fine.
basically the brother grabbing, then you just see his a sudden surge of power, like pushes her off,
No! Push.
like a DB, like one of those DBZ moments where he just gets up, he just bulks up for one moment and pushes the mouth back.
Thank God for you, because either it constricts and starts doing 6 rake attacks for 2d8 plus 8, or it swallow holes and tries to eat you.
Not again, you stupid thing!
Oh, that's a hell of a check. So you are not uh, lizard food.
Not
Although,
this time.
Oh
although
my
you got
god,
pretty
you
messed
don't
up from that bite, though. And while Adam's getting fully situated, so can roll a niche he brought in, I'm going to run to the bathroom
Oh, I can.
and we'll pick up with Tom's turn. So feel free to get everything ready, Adam, and roll your initiative. In
Nish
there.
is rolled.
Beautiful. I'll be right back.
Hey, right after
Oh,
Tom
very
would be
fitting.
me. The only problem is
Oh
I
my
can't bring out the
god.
super big boom because that one takes a minute of prep.
We're kind of in a sticky situation.
Yeah, I heard the little bits about it, and I looked at the map and saw Mama.
Hey, isn't she so pretty though? I love her eyes.
I mean, technically, Seven's in a flappy situation right now.
Yeah, but I don't know that. But I'm so mad because of that stupid bullshit with the hide. Damn it.
Bullshit with the hide. Do I want to know?
I got a crit for a hide check. But it was sniping. So
Hey, that just means you get the shot off, and then you hide again, so that
yeah,
it doesn't know you or
yeah,
dare.
but it was a -20.
Yeah, you take a -20 penalty after sniping. So if you rolled a nat 20, it means you might be good.
I rolled a nat 20, but it made a 13. I have an 11 on my hide.
Eh. At least it wasn't a 1.
I
Didn't
know.
get negative.
I
I
know.
think Seven and Tom are the only ones still stopped.
I hope Tom does some cool shit, because, God, we're kind of fucked.
Alright,
'Cause
let me look at my
guess
character
who's-
sheet. Let me see what kind of shit I can do.
Guess what? Whose wand got broken?
Yours?
Jill.
Oh.
Wand of Magic Missile, too.
Oh, I've got... Uh, 3 of those?
Ooh,
Wait, is this same day or different day?
different day.
Okay, good! So I can reset my dailies.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Praise the Lord
I've
past
been-
the ammunition. We're not totally fucked then.
I'm sorry, Adam, that you had to hear that. I've been coughing all day.
It's nowhere near as loud as some of the stuff at work, so you're fine.
It just feels... It's rude, that's all.
Sorry for the delay, folks.
I am ready. Where do I need to lay the boom?
There, and a little over there.
So, centered on Ash? Got it.
Ooh.
No, this
Hardy,
isn't
har, har.
Grumple.
What, you
Oh
don't want me to channel Rumple in this?
no,
Consider I
No.
think I can get channeled Pyroblast as a spell?
no.
Well, I mean, you would definitely probably kill off Ash and Jill, as Jill rolled a natural 1 against a 29 damage breath weapon, and Ash has taken a breath weapon and now a chomp, and is not setting on much life.
Dude, y'all just need to step up your shit.
I'm trying to step up my shit. People, stop hiding.
Dude,
Dude,
he
we're
fucking
rogues.
sent a swarm at a giant motherfucker.
Well, you
Literally.
did waste its breath, so that's not an
Yeah,
extra breath
She
weapon
didn't
on
even
you.
notice. They didn't even notice it was me. They just thought it was just random bugs attacking.
But you could have ran.
Oh, fun part is your initial order is right where you should be.
Yeah,
After Tom.
as appropriate for my initial order, it's like right there towards the bottom. I don't know where on the map I'm supposed to be though. I think you've got me off in a corner.
I do have you in the top left, so I'll just bring you on down to here.
I would say near 7, probably.
And let's see, if 7 was hiding up over there, we would probably put you then. I'm going to put you a little bit further back, hiding behind the tree over there then.
With my crap hide.
On the opposite side of a tree and far away from monsters. A little further back than you'd expect for a tank, but close to 7, so.
Well, we didn't know where. Did we know where the bullshit was coming from?
North.
Then I would have been on the correct angle.
It would have been, they basically came from here,
Oh, from
over
the
here on the
east.
eastern side. Yeah. And then they came walking out for 3 rounds, sort of spreading off. The party was watching them, getting ready for surprise rounds. And then bug swarm, enemies moving up. 7 shifts, flies up in the tree. Danielle climbs in the tree. And now 7's getting ready to switch back after slowly re-equipping equipment for like 6 rounds. And Danielle threw 1 blade and got the attention of one of the Bahir after Jill fireballed it, after Ash told her to blast it. And he swarmed it. So they've dealt damage between them. Just once they killed one of the babies, that Ash like brutally murdered it. 5-foot step, swing, psychic strike, psychic weapon, and then second hit, critical, spine snap. So it's basically like 31 damage, 34 damage, and 3d6 dex for 6 points of dex damage down. 1 shot or 2 hits. So, I mean, he started off really well before the other 3 came and swarmed.
And now it's a party.
It is a party. And
With Ash being the
everyone-
pinata.
Although soon, well, Daniela's one up in the tree, and they're gonna make her pinata next.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You know they have a climb speed, right?
It's fine.
No, but real shortly.
It's fine.
So that's what those legs are for. That explains why it has 12 legs.
It's fine. Please, Tom, kill that fucker.
Tom's gonna do his best. So
Please, Tom. I'm terrified.
you're fine. Oh God, it's got her.
You're finally dead.
All
This
right,
is why you become
and
one with a tree.
Not all of us are druids, bitch.
and Tom steps out from back there and thwack, thwack, thwack. 3 arrows into it for the baby.
Cute.
Is it enough? Is the question.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
I see some good rolls.
Oh, thank you, Tom. I owe him drinks.
Oh!
Uh,
That's either skirmish or sneak. I don't know which.
it's
Oh.
20.
Wait, nope, can't be.
That is 30. That is 40. It only has 38. Baby drops and starts dying.
Oh,
I'm okay with this.
It's fine.
And Tom will whistle loudly.
Ooh.
What?
All right, Sam's turn.
Assuming can't charge because of tree, or can't. Would I be able to charge to get to here?
No.
I didn't think so.
You're just gonna have to walk up and just attack.
Move and
Bang.
swing. This is the baby, so I'm not quite as worried about this one as Mama over there.
Mama's terrifying.
Yes,
Wait, I need to
she
reset
is.
these numbers because I don't have that spell in effect at the moment.
That
I'm
mini
gonna be
boss is above your CR.
A what?
The babies are CR sixes roughly. Mommy's a CR 8.
So there's the base hit, and now for the spell.
13.
Now there's 16 electric.
No effect
Shut-
with the electric. Which you may
Oh,
not have bothered wasting it because your knowledge lets you know that their breath weapon's the same thing that they're immune to
oh. On that
from
case,
previous nature checks. So you would know that they're immune to electricity. So you probably wouldn't bother wasting the spell.
true.
You
So I would
probably
have done
use
this one
something else.
instead.
Yeah. I was like, before
'Cause-
you waste it,
Remember,
Lose 6 points of strength.
much more delightful. Well, for you, not it.
For me, yes. It's like and CC'd. Oh, don't worry. There's more crowd control effects that I'm going to be chaining on Mama. Mama's really not gonna like me if I get multiple. If I get 3 rounds on Mama, Mama's gonna be pissed.
13, so that brings it down to missing about a third of its. Yeah, I'd say about 5.
All right.
And Ash's turn.
okay, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back. I cannot provoke an attack of opportunity from here.
Against Mommy. Mom
If
is
it's a 5-foot step, you're fine.
for the baby. No, it's medium size. That Mom has a 10-foot reach because she is. Oh, my apologies. Mom is actually huge size. My apologies.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looked the wrong size, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Sorry. So yeah, Mom has the 10-foot reach, so
I'll-
she can get to you.
Be right back.
Let's see here. Like,
that
Lydia's
makes
like,
the situation slightly
I'm
worse.
just gonna step out, like right the
Yeah,
fuck
that's-
now.
maybe
Wait.
here is better than.
My initiative next. Well, excuse
Yeah,
me if I need
here.
to blow my nose.
Okay.
Just mute the mic.
Okay, this is a better
No.
spot because I'm gonna use the helm to cast Cure Critical Wounds on myself. Here, she cannot reach me.
Next day, so definitely very true. So yeah,
Yeah,
heal,
that might be important for you.
40,
critical,
48 plus 9. There goes nothing. At least I'm getting 9
critical,
HP back.
48 plus, yeah. That is the good heals.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Oh, sweet, sweet, feel good.
HP
That's
is
gonna put
nice.
you back.
Yep,
The
that's the end of my
heals, all the feels.
That sounds like a charge.
All right, and done. Any other actions? I'm not sure if you really have any other to spend. Other than
turn. I
maybe
can't do anything. I was a 5-foot. Unless I do a move action and
draw
that's
a
not gonna.
weapon, but you have your weapon. Don't really need to waste a swift action, so probably done.
I'm done.
Okay, Jill's turn. 5, 10, right outside of reach, like you, dropping another fireball on it. Cause shit be scary.
You
Especially
stay
with-
over there, I stay over here. We're done.
Sounds fair. Fair?
She
Fair.
rolled a natural 1 on her saving throw, so her wand in her hand basically got bursted by electrical damage. And being a sorcerer rogue and getting hit for 29 damage lightning,
That sucks.
yeah, she's down to a little bit below a third life from just one single zap.
Yeah.
Although thankfully you attacked the baby that get zapped her, so It's more occupied with you now than her, so she's very happy.
Yeah, just focus on mommy.
Makes the blasted fort save or reflex save with a 13 on dice plus its
I
bonuses.
love those
Reflex
numbers. Look at how those numbers are arranged.
5, 1, 6, 1, 5. Very interesting. So 9 damage.
The things you see when you do random rolls. Shit like that.
Joy, she's actually taken about a fourth of her life now. Baby's turn. Turning and attacking the one who just slashed it.
Which you
It's
So,
probably
sweet
did not
now.
appreciate in the least.
no, did not like getting cut across the back. So let's see. It took strength damage, which cut it down by
It lost
4.
6.
No, yeah, no, yeah, 6. It's like 4, no, 6.
It lost 6 strength.
Yeah. So that goes from a +9 to hit to a +6 to hit. 21, damn.
I think that's gonna hit anyway.
It's pretty pissed at you with good reason.
Don't worry, next round it's gonna lose more.
Ha!
So that's going to be bite damage with the -3. So 1d6 plus 3 instead of 6. 9 damage as it bites you.
Oh my
And
God.
it's going to, guess what? Start a grapple.
Well, hold up. I'm gonna burn my racial to reduce the damage I take by 2 points. And in
Is that
addition,
like a
I'm
free
gonna
action?
hold on,
Or
is
is
that
it
immediate? No, I'm gonna do the other one instead. I'm gonna save the racial. I'm gonna use the gloves. Gonna burn a spell slot to gain DR2 for the whole round.
Awesome.
Actually,
What arcane spell? First level slot burnt for 2
yeah, I'm
points.
just gonna do first level. First level,
Okay.
DR2.
7 damage then. You got the 2 floating for a while. Nice. And
For
then
the next
it will try to
round.
grab.
And then it is a
Roll off. Where instead of
grapple.
having a 26, it has a 23 to grapple.
Oh, shit.
20. It is grappling you.
I rolled shitty on that. I'm a little sad.
yeah, Unfortunately.
Welcome to my world last week.
I have a +10 to its +6.
Thankfully, you also have the electric resistance, the energy resistance for that, so its body's not giving off the shocking enjoyment.
Yeah, it
anymore.
can't really do its natural thing of, I'm gonna zap you! It's like, yeah, that does absolutely nothing to me. Keep it up.
And succeed on a grapple, so it will constrict you. So
And
that
this is why I did the
2d6
DR.
plus 3, 10, so 7 or 8.
Did you factor in the reduced strength?
Yeah, because it's 10 damage total, so that would be then yeah, because it's supposed to be 2d6 plus 6.
Okay, just checking.
So strength reduction and then your DR. So you're knocking 5 points of damage off technically. So making it 8 instead of 13.
Hey, I'll take all the damage reduction I can get.
And you are. And then technically D4 of electric, but yeah.
I can't break my the other.
And then it's got that. So it then has you grappled. So guess what that means? It can make 6 rake attacks as it basically coils around you and starts digging its claws in. 1, 2. Oh, that's confirmed for.
That does not confirm.
No, not 17. It's like, well, that's 1, not a confirm, not a hit, not a hit.
That is a hit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to do numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 hits. And those are crap for damage, which is going to have to roll really good to even hurt you. Well, actually, I don't, because strength brings down by 6. Damage is, Jesus.
Can it break 2 points of DR?
It's a 1d2 plus 2, Adam, with the d4 electric. Electric goes out the window since it's half strength, which is normally a 4 strength. So that goes down to a 2. You reduce the strength to 12, so half is 0. So it's a d2, d2. You have dr2.
I take
I
no
can never-
damage.
I have no reason to roll. So it hits
Yes!
you for 2 attacks, and you take nothing due to dr for the round, electric resistance, and you reducing its strength.
But you do get yourself.
And that's how you tank.
And you do have a
Yeah,
friend,
but-
though.
Yeah, you do have a living accessory now.
Oh, it looks so good on you. And it is
Ooh, we got a new
Seven's
fellow.
turn. Shift back, one item on, second item on. So another round, and you will be properly equipped, and then you can take action.
Yay!
And then one round after that, mommy gets her breath weapon back, and then a round after that, baby gets its breath weapon back. Although I don't think baby's going to live long enough.
Baby might. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no. Baby's gonna fix and have a problem.
Danielle's turn.
I just realized baby's gonna have a problem very, very soon.
I probably assume manifest blade, free action, move action, charge blade, and then sword throw with the high ground for a +1 to hit. Lydia, you may still be muted, but you don't have to speak if you want to just roll.
Sorry, coughing fits. Gotta
You're
love 'em.
okay. Don't forget your bracer also gives you those bonuses if you haven't already factored that in, if you're within range for that effect key.
Yes.
So you got bonuses.
I don't need to bother with my hide because it's denied its dex right now.
Yeah, which actually means you can apply sneak attack on top of your psychic strike.
Yay!
With your bonus from the bracer to hit and your bonus from high ground to hit.
Please fuck it up.
Yay!
Please fuck it up.
Of course, my love.
Natural 1, right in Ash's head.
God damn it! Fuck it up, not fuck me up.
Excuse me.
Roll it.
How many bonuses is that?
Whatever your bracers give you, which I think is a +1 to
one.
hit, and then you get a +1 for having the high ground. So a +2 to hit. On top of your normal ranged based.
Ooh!
Oh,
Damn it!
wait,
Oh.
Lydia.
Oh,
you
damn,
have-
girl.
Lydia, remember, you have lucky.
I do have lucky.
Reroll that.
Yes!
Lucky.
Yeah, the lucky ability. That was the main thing I chose for my soul blade.
The lucky enchantment.
Yes.
Oh, it's a +1 bonus.
Yeah, it lets her re-roll die once per day in attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a +1 cost, so that's what she picked up.
Yep.
Yep.
And of course, they say any ability, or is it limited in some way?
I think it's only
It's
attacks.
limited.
Only 2 attacks.
Well, I was just wondering if Soul Knife has a limited list, because I don't recall off the top of my head. Or
Soul
if they're
Knife has
allowed
a specific list that they can pull from, yes.
Yes.
And Lucky is one of them.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's not limited by caster level or anything of the sort. It's
Nope.
just any +1 property.
Yep.
It has to be a
That
+1 property
is-
off that list, and you can change it each day.
And Lucky is on that list. Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful then. So roll that
Eh.
15.
Well,
And
I
When
forgot
it's
to add
denied, it's
another.
dead.
what bonuses did you add them, Lydia?
I added 1. I forgot to hit the 2, so.
So you have a +1 instead of a +2, so it's 1 point higher. It doesn't have its dex, which is 1 point lower. Its AC is an 18, so that brings it down to 17, puts you up to a 16. So there's still a 2 point gap. So
Damn
it
it.
hits and bounces off its 7 points of natural AC.
Sorry, love.
Tink.
I tried.
In
You
between
did try.
the plates. In between.
And now I'm currently going to go back to dying. Excuse me for a moment.
And mommy shark. Chomp, chomp, chomp. As mommy will take a 5-step forward look down at the baby, look over at Ash, and chomp.
Oof.
I hold you responsible for that. And 30 to hit.
Yeah, there's no way I could avoid that one.
And unfortunately, bite counts as all, so the DR you have just does not
Yeah.
kick in. 17 damage as it chomps down at you. You're tanking all right.
Tanking
And,
all them hits.
and
Now
you know
you
what
know
comes up
Sam's
next.
pain.
Yeah. Grab roll offs.
Yep.
I'm
28. At best, you can do is spend 2 points, which gives you a +3 or 4.
is a it would be a plus.
3.
Yeah, it's not high enough.
So not worth wasting.
No.
Nope.
So you will become grappled with it.
GG.
If it was grapple, it establishes a hold and can attempt to constrict the opponent or swallow the opponent. On the following round, mommy actually has to wait.
Oh, thank God.
6 constrictings or a swallow with bludgeoning damage, which you get DR against, and acid damage. And then you have to cut your way out. Ooh. Neither one of those seem enjoyable.
One with resistance, the other one with no fun.
Which the fun part is the babies have the electric aura when they get aggravated. Mommy doesn't have that, thank God. So you're not constantly getting shocked for probably like a D6. Only the babies are bred that way. Because it's technically a different version of the monster. Hey, they work perfectly. I don't have to do the math to downsize them. So, done. Tom's turn. And let's see. Oh, free target. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll move right up to there. Pull one arrow and go to shoot it in the head as it's coiled around you. And that hits.
I was gonna say, don't roll another 1. Oh, wait, that was Lydia.
That was me, you little shit.
Almost hitting the little one, I assume.
Yes.
Well,
Let's see, that's 5 plus 2d6. And then plus 6. All right. Plus bonuses.
thank you, Tom. You have saved our
Falls
lives.
and dies.
That makes that easier. Thank you, Tom.
Of course.
He has made himself useful to us. Do we really need to kill him in his sleep now?
Yes.
Rude. Rude?
Oh my.
I'm always rude.
I was about to say, have you met Seven? They literally pissed on a poor woman's skirt.
Was the individual actually poor, though?
Maybe not.
God. Sorry, I'm laughing at
The
stream
chat.
chat. Yes.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
Frickin' ashes. On a roll as usual.
I take it things are going well.
It is
It's
hilarious.
entertaining. Although I think Ashes missed out on all the actual lewd stuff that was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And poop.
Who got pooped out?
What poops in?
Oh. I was gonna say, did somebody freaking get.
What?
Did
Oh
Ash
my-
get Yoshi'd?
And a swarm of arrows go flying at Big Mama as she takes 20 arrows.
Holy shit!
Oh my god! I
And
forgot about them.
she drops down to that little bit of life as she gets pelted.
Oh my god,
And
I forgot
screams.
about them. Holy shit. That terrified me.
As elves pop out of
Yay.
woodwork and launch attacks.
Yay!
Now's where I start some of my bullshit.
And Sam's turn.
Grappling in process. Does not provoke attacks of op for moving.
True, because it's got. So it can't make that attack of op. Yay!
Swings with sword. With spell on it. And does this hit? Oh, yes, it does.
I would say yes.
Does the creature have SR?
That would be a no. They do not have spell resistance.
Then I need a will save.
Just immunity to electricity. Will save.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1. Fail automatically. One for NPC and one for monster. I'm on a roll tonight.
That makes this even more entertaining because the creature instantly poofs and reappears 15 feet straight up. Ash falls to the ground, no longer grappled, and then it falls to the ground with a thud.
15 feet, so that'd be a d6 of damage. Takes 4. That leaves it at 3 life and prone.
And prone.
So I get to finish it off.
Well, you're prone as well because it forcefully had to drop you because I teleported it.
Because it basically had its mouth down on him, so it hadn't got him off the ground yet.
Oh,
it
so
just
he still
basically-
is
and
standing.
ready to lift him up, and poop, gone. What the hell happened? Thud.
Thud.
Why am I
I
standing
don't
here?
think-
What happened?
Like 1 ton of lizard just crashed into the ground.
So I didn't.
You're just
teleport
standing
with it.
there, slightly covered in drool, but you're fine.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, trying to finish this stupid lizard off.
Go get the babies out of the way. Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Ah!
There we go. Get them off the board. Because they be gone. Okie dokie. And
Mama just
Sam is done. Ash's turn.
one of my crowd control
So 5
effects.
foot step and gonna attack it a lot.
Die, you fucking asshole.
I don't have my mind thing charged up, but I don't care. I'm using it. I'm still gonna be attacking as much as I can.
Can you do 3 points of damage?
+4 to hit as it is prone. Rolls on that one and coup de grace himself.
Oof.
Please no. Crit fails are a thing.
Nope, he's dead.
No crit fails,
31.
thank God.
And 15 and reaches up and slash. And there's most of the top half of its head. Good. Ta-da.
Oh, the-
And dead. Drops and blood pours out.
oh, thank God. My panicking ceased.
Which point, next up is Jill's turn. She just looks. Is it dead? Did I live?
It's dead.
Yes
I hate
and
these
yes.
things. I hate these things so much.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for saving me, Sam.
Now I think we
Seven's
need to see
turn.
about getting everybody healed up.
Putting on the rest of equipment and probably shift. And you still have a move action to fly down and turn into dog form. Danielle climbs down as we're out of combat. Doggo can come back out as doggo form.
No. Since they, I presume, are surrounded and we can see them, And Seven feels like he was just caught with his pants down. He's running from the entire party.
Oof.
Fly, fly away.
Oh, glory, I will fly away.
Pretty much you knew where I was going with that song.
In the morning, when I die. Hallelujah, bye bye. I
I'll fly
fly
away.
away.
So all these elves are coming out of the woodwork, which Ash and Danielle knew that they'd been following the party for about 3 days now, or day and a half now, since you entered the dark woods. At which point Seven goes to fly off, and they just turn, draw bows, and take aim. And Tom just like holds up a hand, and they lower their bows as Seven goes flying away.
Sam would have gotten a little upset if they shot Doggo. Like, oi, that's my boy toy. Get your own.
Tom will just turn and look at Danielle and be like, "You lose something?" Looking back at the bird flying away.
I'm used to it. Technically speaking, it's not me who lost it.
Well, are you going to go after it? I did do you a favor.
I can. I'm sorry, I'm just trying not to cough right now, by nature. This is just ugh.
Ash just makes his sword disappear and looks over at Tom and he asks, "Friends of yours?"
14 points of healing for Jill.
Jill will greatly appreciate it. She's missing 29. So that'll
12
bring her down
points to Ash. 8 points to herself. A heal for you, a heal for you, a heal for me. Interesting that it got progressively lower.
Give Jill an actual life bar that's visible for you folks. So you can
Good.
see how much she's missing. So let me do reverse math because she got healed a little bit. Minus 3.
And 40 feet speed movement, chasing after the doggo.
Two of the elves will follow suit after you at somewhat of a distance, as they can't really keep up with your 40.
Holy shit, she's fast for a human.
Ash just asks Tom that question. So these friends of yours or acquaintance?
Which point she'll just do some hand signs, and they'll just all seem to nod and move in closer.
Sam will heal for additional 8 points, which actually puts her back to full. And then healing Jill for 11.
Tom will just look over. Jill, are you okay? Uh, things considered, I kind of missed the dwarf.
And then healing Ash. Ash only
And
gets
how
5.
is Grimvein?
Using all the good stuff.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm just gonna take the one healing potion I've been carrying forever and drink it.
Meanwhile, Seven, how far are you flying?
He is not stopping since the elves are following.
Danielle, after about a minute, has outpaced them by, let's see, 10 feet per round, so outpaced them by 100 foot. And they're doing their best to try to keep up. And meanwhile, you're moving at 40 or what is it flying?
40.
40. So Danielle is pretty much just like one round behind you. So you got a 40-foot lead on Danielle, and she has a 100-foot lead on the elves, which are doing their best to try to keep up. Do you keep going?
Yes.
All right. Another minute passes, and you are 200 feet ahead of the elves. And the elves will basically stop as they pretty much lose sight of Danielle due to the heavy brush and everything. And you are 240 feet away from them, and they have stopped. And you're still flying. Danielle's still following, and you lose sight of them after another minute. So it's been about 3.5 minutes. Danielle is still trying to do her best to keep pace with you and has fallen behind a whopping about 80 feet due to the fact of difficult terrain here and there and everything. She's barely trying to keep eyes on you. You can see her, but she's kind of losing you among the canopy and such. Do you stop? Go back?
Seven will fly for about another minute before he feels comfortable enough in landing and shifting his form.
Danielle, I'm going to need you to roll a spot check to try to keep up with the doggo at this point. Because it's literally becoming next to impossible to follow through the canopy and other issues. Although that's a hell of a roll.
Michael,
7. Please roll me a general hide.
Oh god.
Mm-mm. Ninja
I'll apply
doggo
negative
time.
since you're not trying to hide, but still gives us an
Oh
idea.
thank god. I didn't roll like a 19.
So -10, but you get a +5. So that puts you at 14 versus hers at a -8. So you have 14 and she has a 18. So she is able to keep you in sight surprisingly, despite difficulties. So you are 120 feet ahead of her and finally set down, feeling comfortable, as they're somewhere about 500 feet back and they're just holding their position. They don't know where the hell you went, and they can't possibly keep up and track.
accurate.
That's one of those is like, they're a little too fast.
So
Hey, Shig,
you set
check roll 20.
down.
Danielle sits her ass next to them, panting.
Finally catches up. Let's see. You are 120, so that's going to take you another half a minute to catch up after falling for about 4 minutes, and then the fighting and climbing and more climbing. So you're a little tired. So yeah, you take a seat. Doggo, it's back in doggo form.
You know, your druid tricks are impressive. Applauds.
Oh yes. Oh sure. Ass is giving her the vibe.
Also, I don't think they mean any harm.
I don't give a damn. They know I'm a druid and therefore I don't care to be around them.
Well, we do have to get back there eventually.
Once they leave we can, but I'm not leaving.
Are you a little racist to elves? You spent all that time among druid elves. Oh, druid. Gotcha.
Yes, the druid. I'm totally a dog druid.
Okay. So, would you at least, I don't know, go hide while we get back together with the group? Or.
I'm not leaving this spot. Unless I see them coming. In which case I will hide again.
Please don't. I do not want to have to go through that again.
You should know, Estelle, I don't like people. Especially people who know who I am.
All right. I will tell Sam of your location.
Well, I don't think it's hard. I practically flew in a straight line. It's not my problem you can't get wings.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I could shapeshift into a fucking avian creature, I would, but I can't.
Well, you should have learned.
Oh, yes, I will go up to my nearest wizard and be like, oh, great wise one, teach me your ways in 3 days.
Well, technically, she doesn't even have to turn to a bird because she has Red Bull armor, so she can fly a dog form.
She
Red
does
Bull
have
gives
Red
her
Bull
wings.
armor.
Shut the fuck up, Michael.
I
This
love
is
how
between
that's just
us.
become a thing. Red Bull armor. Not gonna lie.
Wait, can it just be like a bunch of cans of Red Bull decorating them?
I
Like they're
think it's
kind of.
leather or studded leather. If it's studded leather, you could say it's like the bottle caps to Red Bull or something.
So when fucking Estella says that, Seven's just going to activate his mighty armor and be like, "What now, bitch?"
she
Wasting the
just.
use for the day just to mock.
Dude,
Or is it
she
multiple uses? I
just.
forget.
She just kind of like flicks her coat. And she's like, I don't care. I still look fabulous.
Fabulous. Meanwhile, Sam's just paying attention. It's like, all right, you're in better shape. You're in better shape. Looks around. Elves still aren't doing anything. Goes to look over the body of Mama.
Are you gonna start skinning the mama?
Tom just basically takes a different mannerisms and just sort of like puts a hand on the hip and just sort of looks at the party, looks at the elves around, and just responds in Elven to them. Storms over. At which point, the other two elves eventually come walking back after about 2 or so minutes, and one of them walks up and responds to Tom in Elven, just gives a nod, looks over at you guys as it's been 2 minutes, and Sam's just looking over the dead one, the mother. Tom just responds, so, are we going to go get your whatever it is friend, pet, and the other one?
The other one. Yes, I like that.
Michael, those rolls.
Oh, what happened?
I rolled a 1.
For
Oh.
what?
See if there's anything I can use off Mama for the purposes of crafting items.
Oh.
It's
I
a
rolled a
pincushion.
1. May have a plus 12, but it's still a 1.
It kind of escapes you. You probably need proper tools and a lot more than what you have on you, which you have a lot on you.
The problem is I have a
But
lot
not the
on me.
right tool. But not the right tool.
Pretty much.
I mean,
I'm
I can
trying
summon
to-
assistants for the doing the work. The problem is need tools.
I need the tools to harvest this, preserve this. Need a lab. Oh god, dang it!
Oh, that's right. And then Sam's like distracted. He's like, oh, right. No, they should be back eventually.
The bird, the girl. Jill, report. That one seems to be a druid takes dog form, and the other one is like me.
That's silent.
Oh, I think Joe's now. Well, good thing Seven's not there.
Wait, did I
Interesting.
just get like disconnected or something?
Nope.
Because
I think-
I heard nothing.
Oh, because I was mentioning that. But good thing Seven's not here, because otherwise he'd probably get angry at.
It means somebody gonna die in their sleep.
Yep.
Well,
And it's not gonna be Sam.
Or Ash.
shall we go to your compatriots?
Sam starts looking confused.
I mean, they usually come
I mean,
back
they went-
to us, but
That way, she points to the way they flew/ran off. Is like, other than that, I don't know where they're at. I'm not the tracking kind. The tracker is points in that direction, the one that went that way. Unless you can track.
Jill, Would you please send a message to Danielle and ask about their current circumstance? They seem to have gave the two a slip. At which point Jill will cast a spell, and Danielle will hear a whisper in her ear. Response basically a little message stating, "This is Jill. Do not be alarmed. Where are you? Please return." And you'll be able to respond back.
Did we lose the Lydia?
No, I was coughing.
Oh.
500 feet. Dog doesn't want to come back. Hates people. And that ends that.
Jill
Hates
will
people.
just respond to Elvin at Tom and say, they are about a couple hundred feet that way, and apparently they don't want to be around uh, their guest.
It's not my fault dog hates people.
Tom just looks around, raises a hand, points a finger, and they all turn and start walking off and then disappear behind trees and such.
That was interesting.
Some kind of border guard, I'm guessing? Border patrol?
That should be adequate. Now let's go get them. At which point Tom turns, starts walking. Jill just sort of looks over at Ash like, come on. Look, Sam, you may want to follow.
Sam just looks back at the body of Mama and sighs, like, if only and then goes to follow. If only I had proper
Ash just follow.
equipment and all that, could make great use of that. But nope, don't have any of it here.
So let's see.
None
At
of
a
the
lovely
tools,
speed
none
of
of the
30,
supplies, much less the
about
facilities.
15 minutes later, as they slowly walk in the direction and eventually catch eye of Danielle as Tom comes walking through, Jill following, Ash beside, and Sam still muttering to herself.
Question.
Mhm.
When Seven went awry, did he leave his shit on the ground?
You had all your stuff back on you when you were able to shift back, so you would have been good to go. So you had everything on you. Of course, if you go
Okay.
to shift again to animal form, then yeah, you would have to take it back all off and put it back on as doggo form.
Okay, then that's what Seven's going to do once he feels safe. Is he's going to take it all off, switch to dog form, put it all back on.
No problem. You'll have 15 minutes to do it.
It's not going to take Doggo 15 minutes.
At which point, Tom will come walking through the brush, followed by Jill, Ash, and Sam. And Tom will just cross his arms and take on a different posture.
A more
And
feminine one, you would say?
yeah, in fact, just kind of like legs a little bit apart and arms crossed, shoulders
So,
thrown up.
correction, Estella's main pose.
Quite possibly, just sort of that frustrated, like, come on, tapping foot kind of thing. Like, really? Jill will just go walk over and take a seat on a stump, and Tom will be like, so, how have the two of you been?
Oh, they got to us.
Yeah, I think they tracked you down and found you. But it took them 15 minutes.
Ha!
So we have a druid and a person of various forms.
What?
Jill explained. And then we have two humans.
She kind of looks at
Hi.
Seven, kind of concerned. Because Seven's going to be Seven, and I don't want Seven to do that to Jill. Gil's a
And
sweetheart.
you guys came from Grimvane with druids to here, and you're headed east to the capital.
Yeah, that's what we said, yeah. Haven't lied about
Dwarf
any of it.
in this kingdom. Move there. No, you didn't lie. You left out important details, ones that are a little bit more curious now.
Mm, no offense, but you didn't identify yourself as an individual we had to tell the details to.
Well, they didn't freak out when we started throwing shit, so.
I know an individual that does something very similar.
I was gonna
So
say, we're
not
still in the elven territories. Not as big a problem as in the human territories.
very true. I want some answers. What were you doing with Grimvane, and what are you doing headed to the human territory?
I would have to ask, why is it directly your business if we're going to the human capital to do things?
Hmm. Well, if I'm in this forest dealing with things, human and otherwise, it's my business as you qualify for the other. And seeing as I know Grimvane, I've already given you more than enough information to be cooperative. So I need some answers, or I'll start snapping my fingers and I'll start popping some arrows. Because you have me concerned.
Working with Grimvane to
Because
do
you're
a
asking
job?
about the witch, and you came from Grimvane. That's two people that I know.
Wait, you actually know the witch?
I do know Horizon quite well, yes.
Wait,
I'm
hold up.
guessing you.
Hold it. Time out.
Oh, you are a dense motherfucker.
Wait. The witch is also known as Horizon March?
Kind of a title or banner that she goes under.
Grimvane,
A
I'm gonna smack
blasted
you next time I
elf,
find you.
and she's in the human territories. Wouldn't
Wait,
be that
she's
hard
what?
to find her. Hiding in plain sight, as she put it.
Sam just face palms. Grimvane, why do you leave out the details?
He's not the brightest one. He's better as enforcement, so he doesn't get all the details. I deal in details.
Mm.
Sam, paperwork?
Okay.
She just holds up a hand with a finger. Hold on.
1
Seven's
minute.
gonna run off again.
Oh,
Grimvane,
He's
trying to work with
kind
you,
of an
trying to everybody
idiot,
work
but
together, but you leave out the
he
details that
does what he
matters.
does
Why?
well.
You tell us this is the fastest way. You don't tell us there's somebody that you know that watches the pizza knows of people.
Well, in all fairness, Horizon recently moved into the human territories and I took over here. And where is that dog going now?
So wait. The witch was originally in this forest.
Of course.
Excuse me.
Surely Grimvane explained that.
He didn't mention that.
no.
It was mentioned that the witch was up in this forest and thus the humans, and why you guys asked Tom about the witch, which first got Tom curious about you guys.
Sam doesn't
And
remember the part about the witch was actually in the forest.
Danielle is chasing after the fucking asshole again.
Tom's like, is this a recurring theme? Where's the dog going?
Handle dog things.
These woods aren't exactly safe.
Not safe from a dog, that's for sure.
Is there something I need to say to make it stop?
Probably won't work. Okay. Alright, so if Horizon March is the witch, you work with the witch and Grimvane, that means we're all working for the same person. Same organization.
Considering that you know the names and everything, I had my thoughts on the matter when you started mentioning a dwarf in the elven kingdoms and druids. It matched up with the last report I had about his act.
Yeah.
Prevented me from killing you in the forest, mind you.
Thank you for
If I find
that.
out more. Problem. I wouldn't have actually done it. I would have had the others do it for me.
Yeah, it's still.
If you'll excuse me one moment. Takes a step and flashes into black smoke and appears 20 feet in front of the dog.
Ooh.
Okay, well, Seven's going to stop and run the opposite direction.
12 hand and responds in Sylvan. Stop, please. Halt.
He doesn't know Sylvan.
He doesn't know Sylvan.
Starts turning, running. Calls out in Elven. Halt. Stop. You're
It's
working
someone-
with or for Grimvane, are you not? As raises its voice and sounds more feminine. Like an elf female speaking in Elven. Very fluent.
At that point, Seven is going to halt. He's going to shift form, and he's going to turn around and say, I don't work for anyone who finds out my true nature unless I tell them my true nature.
Do you care to explain?
I don't like anybody knowing I'm in dog form. And I feel like my so-called teammates have ratted me out.
Well, technically it's Jill. If you have a problem with it, feel free to take it up with her. She's only hired help anyway.
Oh, thank you for ratting her out.
As I said, she's hired help. She's not one of my people.
I'm glad she's not.
She's technically a prisoner, so she's expendable.
Oh,
Her choice was the gallows or working for us.
oh,
All I can say is that at this point, Danielle is like hands on her knees, just breathing. Basically
Danielle,
that.
Is Daniel still there with you?
No,
Danielle
Danielle,
did-
chased a dog.
Oh, and if it helps any, since she gave me your secret, I'll give you hers. She's a changeling.
that bitch.
There. Everything's even. Now can we please walk back? I don't feel like wasting any arrows, manpower, or magic on this little endeavor.
Can I get 5 minutes? Or at least 3? Please!
Just looks up at the sky, looks down. Starting now.
Oh, thank the gods! She literally.
Meanwhile,
She's
Seven's
like,
just going to shift form and go back to the party because this bitch has stamina.
So meanwhile, about 60 feet away is Tom and Danielle, as Danielle seems to be on her knees. And Tom was yelling and sounded very much like a woman. And
confirms the fact of what we've already
coming
been told.
marching back over to the other three who are just standing there. Tom just looks down at Danielle. It's like, and Elvin, tough day.
you think? She will stand up after catching her breath for a bit, and then he's like, alright, let's get this over with.
Poor little thing.
Yeah,
This is my
meanwhile,
Tuesday.
I think I'm getting better with swinging this sword. With these swords, but I think my mind blade in the katana form is better.
I work on ships primarily, so you can
Well,
forgive me
Ash,
for getting
I
winded.
hate to burst the bubble, but you can have to switch back to standard sword when we get back to
I
Human
know.
Kingdoms.
He sighs, I know.
Jill's just like, I'm sorry, I was under orders not to say anything.
And you're going to be under orders to dive now.
I'm still waiting for Seven to basically just walk up and be like, oh, hi, Doc.
He's going to do it when he can't get a fireball to the face.
Sam's
Accurate.
just gonna
She's
say
only
after
ever
Jill.
used two. She's only ever used 2 fireballs. You've seen her do that, and she basically said, hope it's worth it, I'm out.
Yeah, but we
That's
don't know what
true,
else
but
she
he only
has.
remembers one.
She did fire two at the big one per Ash, and then again, please do it, and she did.
Oh!
So she's
Wow!
spent, to your knowledge, unless she's lying about having a third. And her magic missile wand just went kaput, so she's down to ideally throwing two magic missiles herself and doing mage armor.
Which we
Well,
also have
then,
no idea what other spell she has.
She's shown mage armor, magic missile, shield spell, and fireballs. And
yeah,
she
no.
said she only do two.
Seven's just going to wait until tonight.
Yeah,
Fair
when
enough.
Jill says the whole thing of like, "Yeah, I'm just waiting for Seven to just go," Sam's gonna be like,
No,
"That's
Jill,
not
that
his
was me
style."
out of character. It's like
Oh,
I'm just waiting for Seven to come walking back, just basically maul Jill. Jill has no clue about Seven. She doesn't think she's done anything wrong because she's reporting to a person who will have her killed versus a person that's like, well, Grimvane knew, and this person deserves to know just as well. So it's no problem that I tell because you would go ahead and tell that person anyway. So it's all good.
wrong again! Don't make assumptions.
Well, if it's kind of damned if
Assumption.
you do, damned if you don't. If Jill doesn't tell this individual will probably have Jill killed. If Jill does tell, well, Seven's gonna kill. So you're screwed either way.
Ladies
It
and
seems.
gentlemen, let me introduce you to how you get a character killed.
Not
That's
showing you
how
NPC.
Basically,
Betray the rogues.
there's only one way to live is shut the fuck up.
Grimvane's intimidating and will threaten Jill and put her huddling in a corner, or threaten to torture her or will torture her. This person will just put an arrow right in her face, looking at her, and walk off, not think second thought.
Well, at least it's a quick death instead of a slow death.
It'd be a poison arrow, it'd be slow.
Oh, well,
Ooh.
that sucks.
Be like, and you're bleeding out, you're negatives, and I'll just leave you there like poison fit.
Wait
So
a
in
minute,
other words-
Michael. I recognize this NPC now. Add a character. I recognize this NPC. This is one of my characters I built
In a
back
way,
in
I
Waco.
suppose.
This is essentially Steve. Son of a
So
bitch,
I
this
guess
is
the other
Kane.
two
God damn
come
it.
walking back eventually.
Yes.
Add a
Tom's
character.
like,
Damn.
so. As we were earlier, we've had mentioned Grimvane, documents, and other information.
Tinkerbell. Come on. Oh my god, you stupid fucking dog.
Explain, please. I'm all ears.
All right, Estella, can you bring the bag over here, please?
Estella brings out the bag, brings out the information, brings out the amulet.
Don't need all of it. Don't need all of it. Here we go. This. Tom, do you recognize this one? Holds up the amulet.
Oh, the little
Come
badge thing.
Yeah.
Looks at. Can't say I've ever seen that, but once.
Hmm. Yeah, Grimvane said the same thing. Puts it back in the bag.
Explains why Grimvane didn't torture you for information or did the druids kill you.
Yeah.
And it's definitely going to prevent me from killing you. So you have my attention.
Yeah. We had orders to do a job. However, getting teleported in and not being told any details kind of causes problems.
Yeah, we basically went in blinder than a bat.
Of course it did.
But what you don't know can't be taken from you.
But
If
what
you
we
know
don't know
details
will
and you
get
get
us killed
captured-
by the people we're working with.
And you're currently alive still, so I suppose it worked out pretty well.
Well, considering you're the third person that's mentioned killing us, that we also work with?
I'm supposed to deal with incidents in the forest. And a bunch of humans in the forest, questionable situations, and I've been killing quite a few humans, picking up where the witch, as she makes quotes, left off, in addition dealing with these stormy little buggers and dragon problems. I
Wait,
think I'm doing
dragon
a good-
problems?
Yeah, those guys and dragons don't get along.
Ah,
There's a bunch of green
fuck.
dragons in the forest. We've actually have mercenaries and a bunch of my troops dealing with them.
Fantastic.
Ooh, there's some good
I'm
things
gonna
you
roll
can get off
intelligence to know
dragons
about dragons.
for enchanting purposes.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, it was me and my group that found you, not the rest of my troops, which probably would have shot first and asked questions later.
Not gonna lie, unless they're really, really good, that probably would have ended badly.
Judging how you handled, I'd say you're on par with them, except for they travel in groups of 10 and can hide.
I'm
So they
gonna
probably
roll
would have cut
his.
you off during the elf.
Yeah, that
I'm
would
gonna
be a problem.
knowledge history just to get a basic information of dragons, Michael.
Okie
I'm back, and is that a knowledge nature for dragons?
Yep.
No, it's Arcana, I
Knowledge
think.
history for dragons. So, big, scary, long-lived lizards fly, breathe elemental breaths, have magical powers, hard to slay, incredibly powerful, and a whole lot of different wide range of stories and abilities for them. Some of the first spellcasters, in fact.
So things,
First
so
race.
just basic stuff I already know from movies and such.
Basically, they live up to the legends and such, allegedly.
And then some.
Yeah. Danielle is just tired after showing off the papers. It's like, do we need to show the list?
No, I don't think the list is necessary.
Alright, fucking stupid.
Tom will go ahead and say a word, touch his brow, and the illusion will fade as takes a female elf form with a bow and proper equipment.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, illusion's gone finally.
Yes.
Sorry, we found out last
Basically
night.
looks something along the lines of that.
Pretty bitch.
Oh, not gonna lie, Michael, this reminds me of a female Kane. It really does remind me of a female version of that character.
From
I
came from what?
Uh, Stephen Kane, it was a character I made years and years ago back in Waco that I ran
Ah,
with Michael. And thus far, the role play, the actions, the other stuff, it's very similar to him.
You know what? I can
hey,
stand the role
hey,
play.
guess what I say?
what?
It's adorable. I like this bitch. Let me have this bitch. Let's
Uh,
continue.
I just hope she doesn't turn out to be nearly as lethal as Kane was. That man was scary.
Back in game. So, as you see an elf holding a well decorated magical bow, dressed in appropriate attire for what you would assume city styled armor and accessories, and hood and cloak of black nature and somewhat frayed at the edges. We're all alive. Apparently, we all work together. And apparently, you're on a job.
Yep.
So, I will make this very easy. I'll get you to the edge of this forest, escorted,
Thank you.
with no difficulties and a clear path. And you're going to kill a dragon.
I
How big a
hear the
dragon?
catch.
Very small. No bigger than, say, one of those baby bahirs, about the size of a purse.
So a actual baby dragon.
How
Couldn't be any
dangerous?
older than an adult human.
How dangerous is this baby?
I'm more worried about Mama, honestly.
We have a mercenary dealing with mom, and most of my other troops are busy hunting down the other baby. But we need one in the surrounding area that I was hunting for dealt with. I know where its lair is. I know it has guards. Favor for favor. You're going to go in, you're going to kill it, and when you come back out, you'll have a clear path out of this forest.
Do we get to keep it?
Do we have to kill it?
Well, that's part of the deal. I'm just asking if we can keep the body because there's many of potential uses for that.
You will not be keeping the resource.
Nuts. Can't blame girl for asking.
Are we good?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent.
deal with one problem and avoid a whole bunch of others.
Fair enough. And in turn, we can trade a little information on matters. I assume you'll want my troops out of sight, out of mind, as it looks over at Seven.
Seven's going to nod his head.
She'll hold up a hand and lift her pinky, and then hold up her index finger, and then lower her hand. They won't be coming within 200 feet of you. That should be adequate. And half of them will go and look into matters to make sure that the beast hasn't moved from its lair. So you should have a clear path from here to there.
Thank you.
Will that work?
Seven will nod his head once more.
Quite well.
Excellent. At which point she'll just shoulder her bow and proceed on walking right past and just glance over her shoulder and go, Jill, others, shall we proceed? Continue walking.
And Sam will follow.
Ash will follow, but making a comment like, hopefully
Just
this dragon. Ash makes a comment like, hopefully this dragon's nothing like Kingzilla.
Who's Kingzilla?
oh, group.
Oh,
Yeah.
a historian from my time.
How big was it?
Eh, big as a castle. Apparently, he was called the King of Dragons.
Yeah, no, this ain't nearly that big.
No.
Just said
That's
age of a person and person-ish size, so no, nowhere near that.
well. Look at it this way. At least it's not a kraken.
Yeah, I don't want to deal
It
with
was
one of those
actually
either.
Kingzilla fought a kraken once. It was really epic. They were destroying buildings, breathing fire,
You
electrocuting each
are
other.
That's not
standing
epic.
there.
That's freaking
That's
horrible.
exactly. That's terrifying.
It was well, the way they presented it was more like a story.
Presented it. So you wait. You mean to tell me
They
that you
state
sat there as you watched an entire village, city, town, whatever, suffer while being fought against a gigantic dragon and a kraken?
and that it was set up for that to happen.
In a way, yes, but in a way, it didn't really happen.
Sam just shakes her head
Thank
and
you
walks
for
past him. Is
pissing
like,
off the
no,
druid.
we're done.
Uh, t-
And then I was trying to figure out how to trying to figure. Then Kabu just takes over and he says, disregard anything he just says. He's just tired.
it
She'll
could
just
be.
cocks the head. Meanwhile, the elf just keeps walking, leading you guys along.
It could be some sort of weird dream he had.
I don't want to know. That's just all sorts of wrong.
Yeah, that is pretty awful.
At which point you will travel for a couple more hours to the south and eventually break camp as the elf will take a seat and campfire will be started and you gather around to rest up for the night. As before you see an elf with dark hair, either a dark shade of purple near black like midnight. Eyes seem to be deep and almost pitch black around the edges, almost like shadows are creeping up from the corners. And skin seems to be somewhat of a grayish color. Otherwise, pretty much matches standard elf size and appearance. Small chested, of course, traditional fashion, very lean and short.
Seven's going to ask Sam once they set up group and he can have her singled out what the schedule is for watch.
Hold up. Out of character. Four of us. I think it normally goes Sam 7, Ash is Stella.
The watch?
Yeah, watch schedule between the four of us.
I thought it was Estella. She only needs to almost Estella and then some other person.
Oh, Stella only needs 2 hours?
Yeah.
That's why I thought Sam always took first watch for that reason.
No, she only needs 2 hours now.
Thanks to
That's
the ring of
that's what I'm saying. If
substitution.
I take first watch, you're asleep for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
And
So
Sam
then,
can
yes,
do
Sam would
full
take
rest and
first
go.
watch and then
Oh,
Estella.
I'm sorry. I heard her as like the last watch, and we're like, oh, okay.
No, the time you would be asleep would at least be the first part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Stella rest for 2 hours and then up for full rest of watch.
Sam takes first watch and then Ash.
Seven's actually going to take third watch.
Okay, so then Ash can have second, with Estella covering second, third, and fourth.
Uh, knowing that Seven is probably plotting that one's death.
Hello, Ash is sitting down by the fire eating. He's just getting chewed out by Cabo he's telling him, stop bringing up stories from your time.
She
But they're
kind of
good
just
stories! Shut up!
They don't know it exists and they don't know how. They don't know anything about movies. Stop bringing them up. But they're fun to talk about. Good. Unless you feed someone from your timeline, you're not going to bring any of these stories up unless they're in written form. Fine, fine, fine.
he's doing it again.
That's his problem.
Seven, you free for a quick talk, or do you want to go hunting?
If it's during first watch, aren't y'all asleep?
Oh, are we at first watch already? Michael?
Unless we're at the making camp point.
Yeah.
Basically breaking camp, getting ready,
Okay.
or making camp, sorry, to then go on watch.
Okay. Then knowing 7 typically wanders off, Michael, Sam's gonna mention to 7 the herbs that I made that actually succeeded the check for previously, for things that can be used, the natural things that can be used for crafting purposes, for materials and such.
Okay.
Run, Simba.
Because I actually
Run.
succeeded that check.
How about you? I rolled a 6. But yes, 7 would bark twice or him going out.
Stella will kind of just lean against a tree. Estella wanted to go with Seven, but I think Seven needs alone time.
As you guys are setting up camp and everything. So, Sam,
Hmm. Yes.
actual name,
Sam.
Daniela,
I?
actual name, yes.
No, it's Estella.
Uh, Ash, surely that's not a fake name.
That's not right.
And the dog,
Seven.
okay. A little surprising there.
Be right back quickly.
Excellent.
And you
And
are?
since you got Grimvane's name, I'll go ahead and give mine, especially since you have that on you. I am Tarita Darth Anar.
I am Edgelord.
You are?
No, that's basically the best way that comes into mind.
Uh,
Because that is literally what a 13-year-old person who's experienced D&D for the first... My name is the Darkheart. Angst.
if she shoots you
Why
with an arrow,
don't
I'm not
you?
going to do anything about it.
Oh, I'm not doing this in character. Um,
I hope not, because it's like you're gonna get shot.
oh, I know, obviously. Also, if I probably will still try and do the accent, even if I'm still gonna be dying while I'm doing it.
The mocking would continue.
Oh, it's Stella's territory.
Yeah, I'm aware.
If
So
she's not
Sam would
mocking, then
say,
she's upset.
Sam would say, it's good to meet you. Although now that we're on friendlier terms and not the tell me what I want to know or die mode method.
I'm back from it.
Yes, you're not spies and you're not invaders or otherwise foolish adventurers that got lost and need to be swept under the rug.
Yeah, no, on all accounts.
Nope.
Since we're on the same team as you put it, yes. I'll tell you what I'm allowed, which
And
is
I'll tell you what we
frightening
can.
a lot, especially since I handle information and security.
Can you tell us anything about the patron, other than the fact that he's a gigantic asshole?
Very little, unfortunately. You probably heard from Grim Vane. I've allegedly had the pleasure, but don't recall ever meeting him. I was recruited, brought into my position, allowed to hand select individuals to work under me, given a lot of power, a lot of information, prolonged lifespan, although I haven't had the pleasure of seeing it yet. As she just sort of points at herself. Elf, of course.
From my
Okay.
understanding, a extremely long life can be very much overrated.
All I
Above and
care is
beyond
being.
the normal lifespan, I mean.
It has benefits, and I plan to exploit it to the best of benefits.
Do,
Whatever
do
he's offering, I'm taking.
reasonable reaction. On the other hand, he's a dick.
He does tend to evade detection, and very little information can be found on him. Honestly, the individuals that hold the most information are those in his circle.
Someone's trying to
On
get in my house.
honestly,
What?
if whoa,
Someone's trying to get in my house.
get the gun,
I don't have a fucking gun. All I have is a knife.
get the knife.
I have it in my hand.
All
Family?
right.
Throw
I
the
don't
pet rat
think
at him.
so.
Do not talk
It's
to their.
12:30.
Okay. I don't got any shit for you.
Do you need to turn on the lights or call the police or anything?
I'm making sure everything's locked right now.
Boyfriend?
Nope, my boyfriend lives in Washington.
Ooh, yeah, no, can't be him.
Uh, if memory serves me correct, this is her pretty haunted house.
Yeah, that wouldn't be breaking in or trying to get in through the front door, though.
Nope, that wouldn't, because it sounded like they were trying to force it open, like pushing her body against it.
I'm back.
Besides, Ghost would already be in the house.
I take it's not windy enough outside to rattle the door.
You
Why
gotta
did I?
open the door. And it
Oh,
sounded like
ghost.
somebody was like trying to push their shoulder into it and tackle it.
Ooh. Oh.
Do you call the police?
I gotta find my phone. See if mom.
Don't worry, you have friends with you.
I know, that's the only saving grace to this.
I was gonna say,
I
if we
d-
were in the same city, I'd just load up and roll out, honestly.
Hi mom, are you trying to get in the house right now? Somebody just tried to open the front door. Yeah, someone like slammed into the front door trying to open it about 5 times. I heard it. The dog started like growling. They didn't really bark, but I heard it, and oh my god. It's okay, baby. I have all the tears with me right now. Okay. I went into the kitchen with a knife. Okay. Yeah, no. I was in the middle of a D&D game and I was like, hey guys, somebody just tried to open my front door. Because I can tell it's the front door because the front door is the heavier of the doors. So yeah, tears out right now. Tinkerbell's laying in her cage. And I didn't know if they... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I left the, I don't know if they left the garage door open, so I have the door to the basement locked and closed. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you would either. It's just strange that I heard somebody... First I thought it was Paps, and then it's like 12:30. Exactly. So I'm gonna just keep my knife on it. Yeah, the cat was laying in the chair. Okay. Okay. I will be, because he's not the one that pees on the floor. Okay, well, I was just needing to know, Mama. Okay, love you. Bye.
Is it bad that when you said you went into the kitchen with a knife, the only thing I could think of is the next day the headlines would read, "Home intruder breaks into house is carved up like turkey, like Thanksgiving Day dinner."
Sounds accurate.
Is it bad that that's what popped into my head? Is like, knowing Squeaky, she has a knife. Fucker's gonna get carved up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Read
It
it
doesn't
out.
help I'm fucking territorial as fuck.
I know. That's why I'm like,
Honestly,
somebody's just gonna end up dead, filleted, and in pieces on the kitchen table, and the police are gonna show up, and she's like, "What? He broke into my house." So
honestly,
is the drawn and quartered and skinned and disassembled necessary? Yes.
yes.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you gave him
remember
the
that.
house.
It'd be one of those like, we don't have a response for that, but cleaning this up's gonna be a pain in the ass. Oh no, I already called the cleaning crew. Dude called the what? The cleaning crew. It's their job to clean up blood and messes and such.
I'm dying over here.
Won't do that.
Okay.
And then somebody in the chat says, "Who needs to carve a turkey when you have a home intruder?"
Accurate.
And it's funny enough because the part of the person's name is Sin and Anarchy.
Sick. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't help that yesterday, when I was like coming in and out of consciousness, I heard a cell phone go off. And it was like the only person who has that cell phone ring is my mom, and she was over 45 minutes away in a different house. But it sounded just like the cell phone ring that the moving crew we hired, not today, but yesterday.
Somebody forget their phone?
No, because it went off and then it slowly faded away like it was being taken away.
That's freaky shit.
That is disconcerting.
Yeah,
Did your ghost learn how to do sound effects?
No, thankfully.
Okay, good, because then that would be like, your ghost is getting better. Somehow, I guess it leveled up.
Man,
Although,
wish
how
it
would
was
ghost
just
gain
ghosts.
XP to level? I don't get that one.
Through fear and haunting.
Does that really work though? Is it something like Monsters Inc., where the more scares you get, the more stuff you get, which the better you are?
I mean, poltergeists and demons, yes. Regular ghosts, no.
Oh.
Do you think that one of your ghosts could have evolved into a poltergeist?
No. It was just a depressed boy who offed himself. May he rest in peace.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Twitch chat right now. You'd think a ghost would be considerate to someone sleeping like, fuck, man, smack him with a newspaper.
So what's going on, Michael?
I'm just sorry. I'm laughing about Twitch right now.
Yeah, the Twitch is funny.
It brings a whole new fun dynamic to the game.
Oh, most definitely.
Are you okay, Nix?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Just a little stabby.
Right now, I'm sneaking into my grandparents' room to close all the windows, even though it takes a very long time, or it takes a fucking ladder to get in here. Come on, here.
Don't forget to kill
I'm very
every-
crazy, so it's okay.
Don't forget to kill everyone.
I'll just keep my dog in here tonight.
That always works. Keep the doggo. And then throw the cat at him as a distraction. Cat is thrown weapon. Doggo is alarm system.
Keep your phone near you. Lock your room door. Keep the knife.
Keep the knife, definitely.
I don't know if I should lock my room door or not, due to the fact that a good way into my house is squeezing in next to my air conditioner, and the only thing stopping them from do that is a piece of insulation.
Line that shit with glass. That's a trick
Nice.
they used to use is glue and glass. That
Mm.
It's an old trick that dates back, I think, to the 60s or even earlier. They had problems with people coming over ledges and through stuff. So, actually, the nasty ones actually use concrete. They take glass, break it, and then have all the shards, put a layer of concrete or mortar, and then stick all the glass in there. So, anyone who'd reach up with their hands to just grab hold to lift themselves up now gets a handful of sharp glass.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Oh my god.
Another one is in bear country. A lot of people would have a habit of setting boards with nails or screws right in front of the front door. Bears would check it, sharp and pointy, and leave it alone.
Alright, that's.
Although dumb intruders would usually find it the hard way and then end up
I've-
having to leave
I've-
their shoes behind.
When my grandparents were out one night, like
Okay,
out of
I mean,
town. Oh.
I don't want to muse the stories, but should we continue with the game first?
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
probably
we
should.
probably should.
If Nix is good, I will
I'm good.
continue. Otherwise, we can pause it for night if need be.
I'm
Well-
good, but if I get inside the house, you might hear me kill someone.
Talk
Okay.
about.
Well, we'd be witnesses to a self-defense.
That's all it is. We'd vouch for it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
SOB
Honest-
didn't belong there. Got what he deserved.
Standard operating procedure with intruder. Make a hell of a lot of noise. Then he makes a hell of a lot of noise. Someone checks in. Blood all over the place. He's in pieces.
Okay, so
If everybody is good, we will go ahead and continue then, picking up where we left off before the real life issues.
Before real life has to roll initiative.
yeah, so go on, Mike.
Yes, we were doing watches and such as campfire was getting set up before everybody started breaking off, and sort of question time with NPC.
Yeah, I think we left off where she had just told us what her name was. Introduction's just been finished.
All I know is I wish to punch that fucker in the face. At least once. Get it over and done with.
My understanding, you probably already had your chance and missed it and never knew it.
I'm probably going to punch Alm in the face, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work well either.
I don't.
Raises an
Just
eyebrow and looks. You know,
Yeah,
long
Wait,
story.
wait, you know Alm too?
You
all
are
the
an
people who work on this island, pretty much, or at least
no
the big ranks, all know each other.
correct. That's one way of putting it, considering that he showed up to the party. Apparently, we have three or more of his rank individuals running around the place, in addition to all of us being pulled here.
That
And then
just
us being
roams
thrown in the
the
mix. So, yes, I think party is a good way of putting it.
Yes, as far as I know it, I'm not sure who the third is, but yes, we
Uh,
have Um, and then of course we have the Inquisitor.
Inquisitor wouldn't have to be sneaky guy, loves wearing black, has
All
habit of
dark and
leaving bodies
shadowy with a
around.
sword, does whatever he wants.
Yeah,
edge lord.
met him already also.
Yes.
He's an edge lord, right?
I don't think the term edgelord was invented by your people yet, Lydia. I would use it.
He gets information and dishes it out.
Well, I can at least say angst. That was invented,
Yeah,
you fucking asshole.
yeah, that wasn't.
Daniel can use edge lord.
Oh boy.
Needless to
Oh,
say, as his title dictates, he tends to keep his name hidden, but he's real good about prying information out of people. Probably give Grimvane a run for his money in interrogation.
I just wish he'd interrogated one suspect before he killed them. That way we'd have known about the other two assassins.
Oh, they don't have to be alive for him to interrogate.
Yeah, well, he killed one spy slash assassin and left two others behind.
Then he already had everything he probably needed.
Yeah, it sucked when they tried to kill us, though.
Then I must ask, how'd you get out of it alive?
I don't know, I was unconscious at the time. I woke
Looks
up and they were in pieces.
looks over at Stella. If he's sloppy, then how did she get out of it alive?
he saved our asses.
I'm curious how if he walked away.
Seven's going
Killing.
to shift form and simply state knowledge for money.
Knowledge for money? It's one way of getting information.
There is an entity who is it is their motto. You can get
Oh,
anything for enough coin.
you mean those bottom feeders.
Apparently, they can do more than get goods and information.
Yes, anything for a price they will fill.
Yes, and sometimes it's paid in advance and not called due until later.
I have to ask. Curiosity, but I think I already know the answer. Copper, silver, or gold?
Silver.
Silver.
Interesting. Based on what you're telling me, I'd have to assume that the Inquisitor paid a silver to a servitor and insured your life so you were never at risk,
The only question
sweetie.
is, why did he do it? Why did he spend a silver coin instead of just getting rid of the problem while he was there?
You'll have to ask him or you'll have to buy that information from the individual that spared your life.
Yeah. More questions. Too many questions.
There's plenty of those.
Yeah.
My shadows are usually good about gathering, and I can do so myself quite well. Although you guys just seem to be nothing but tiny little wisps of darkness lost in the night and have no information but a very high.
Sounds accurate.
Fairly on point.
Sounds contradicting.
The more we do this job, the more we learn about information we don't want to know. That just complicates this job even further.
No, it doesn't complicate it.
Let me introduce you to my best friend, Boo. And other than dropping everything, she takes out her flask and takes a nice long swig because she is getting done.
Tar basically just sort of points over at Ash, goes, "That one does have a point. It seems that you've been pointed in a path that seems to feed you the information little by little so you're not overwhelmed. And you not knowing anything to begin with was probably for your safety. Not to mention, you
Plus,
wouldn't be able to blurt it out if you were, say, to fail your objective too soon.
I would
Fair.
prefer contracts knowing everything ahead of
But then again, if we have knowledge in advance, we can properly prepare and execute the plan. Going blind can jeopardize the plan.
Information is good. Preparation definitely can result in less loss, but there's always a risk. There's always a surprise, and there always will be loss.
Yep.
Mitigation is the best you can do. And you only need to know what you need to know.
Yeah, as we keep finding out more, it makes the job both easier and harder. Although, I'll be honest, meeting you, finding out you're in charge of this place, does make it a little easier.
Surprisingly recently handed over to me by, as she sort of holds out her hands, Horizon. Puts them back crossed over her legs.
Yeah. Reason I say that is once we go over to the human kingdom, make a stop in the capital, we gotta go to another location.
Ah, if you're going to the capital, that means you'll be swinging by the town where Horizon is. What a coincidence that you're just running across us one at a time.
Oh,
Someone's
yes.
obviously laying a path for you and giving you what you need little by. He may not control everything, and I use he loosely, as I don't really know what he is, but he does have enough to make things happen. Not all knowing, of course. It's not a god. It's merely a very powerful individual, which apparently is more than willing to share and help.
Again, what he is a jack.
Yes, he tends to make demands and then give reward. Not very polite in the ask. I
And
would agree he
sometimes
is a
rewards
painful thorn to a rep.
sometimes rewards don't match the risks.
Yeah, I kind of like where my head is situated.
Well, that's why you have a physical sword. Unlike
Oh, right. That could be a problem. How long do you plan on staying in the human kingdom?
only long enough to get the job done.
Sadly, though, this does tend to hamper my abilities in combat, which I'm not.
Although, based on my memory, it requires us to do some traveling. Because we have to go to the capital, then we have to go to the lake, and then we have to come back over here.
Two things. One, why don't you just use an illusion or a different form to hide the fact that the blade is that of the mind? As long as you don't let it leave your hand the
She has a
quite
tendency of
well.
throwing it.
Well, then she's out of luck. Second leaves her hand, the illusion would fade, and they would know what she is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And did you say you're headed to the lakeside location?
Mm-hmm. Second stop.
Interesting.
Third
Things have
stop
been
is
quiet over there.
third
Things are
stop's
never quiet.
back over to this side of the border.
Short term, at least.
Let's see. We go to human side, capital, then hit the lake, then have to come back over here, make some arrangements, pick something up, go back over to the capital, do a job, and then the last part is really vague.
Sounds appropriate. You'll probably be fed the information as you go along. Next.
Probably.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
You're gonna have to.
At least you'll be well taken care of. You seem to be getting what you need. So all in all, seems he might actually like you bunch.
A little concerning that.
Very.
As long as
Considering
he
all the privilege you get.
Yeah, a privilege that we don't know what it actually is.
or how to use it.
Hmm.
It's kept your head on your shoulders from us.
So far, so
And
good.
gotten you this far.
Yeah.
Question is, when will the line be drawn, and how far we can get with it?
Well, hard
Just
part, honestly, is going to be part number 5 of the job.
Yeah, 5 is a bit of a problem.
6
Maybe
is
we can.
annoying. Although finding
Yeah.
the person number 4 is difficult. Unless that's something you could help us with. As Sam turns to the elf.
maybe.
For number 5,
Number 4.
that would save a lot of time,
Correct.
a lot of problems.
Because when we come back across the border, back onto the elven side, we're supposed to meet up with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam will say the name that the player is going to have trouble pronouncing.
Etherula.
Which is
And they're
basically
Sam
your best
speaks
attempt at like an
Elven,
elven name.
Adam does not.
At which point you give the name of the individual, and she just gives a little grin of amusement.
Is that another name of yours, sweetie?
No, but I do know the individual.
Is that the name of the witch?
No.
Horizon wouldn't go by such a colorful adjective.
As long as they're not insane, I think we'll be fine.
Oh, we're probably
Definitely
not
not
fine.
insane, but they're both appreciated and disliked by the Elven Kingdom and hold enough sway to pretty much keep their head on their shoulders and walk around with liberty.
Are they a bard?
No.
Not to my knowledge. Although I can
Alright.
tell you they're currently not in the kingdom, as we recently acquired their services for a very astronomical amount to deal with the mother of the dragons in this wood.
Oh, so they're your mercenary.
They are the mercenary I mentioned. And
I
after they're
take it.
done with the mother, they're headed back to the cap.
I take it they charge a little bit too much for their services.
I think
The
they
ones who can
charge
cha-
just
The ones who
enough.
can charge that much and get paid for it are worth the money.
I.
Because think about
Three
it,
Any.
magic items and six figures
they
paid
hired
I
in
was
one
gold up
person
front
to take care of a
for
dragon.
one person.
I was going to say that any sailor worth their salt knows to, if they're that good, to overcharge. And forgive me, my voice is now officially gone.
But yes, once we're done on the human side, we have to come back over here and meet them.
Best of all,
Yeah,
won't be that hard finding them.
it won't?
Getting whatever you need from them will be the challenging.
Yeah.
If we had an easy job, then wouldn't we not be here then?
The job
Most
was
certainly you would not. You definitely wouldn't have what you have.
I was gonna say, if the job was easy, we wouldn't have gotten what we got.
Anything else? As I'm
Mm,
feeling generous.
if we end up passing through here again, how do we avoid getting ambushed by whether it's your people or some of the others that watch this place?
We'll be pulling out once the job's done here. So I doubt we'll meet here again. After all, half our job is done with the storm removed. All that's left is just to remove the green from the forest. As once those dragons are gone, then we will move on, as I said, off continent to deal with the storage and supply removal from Lakeside. Big boat, a lot of stuff to remove.
Yes, I've heard about that one as well. That's why I was asking if we have to pass through here, since
It
you're
will
not going to be
mostly
here.
be cleared and not habited by anyone from the organization. So Warshall have to deal with bandits and a couple stray monsters.
Those I believe we can handle. I'm more worried about ambush by elves.
Oh, regular elves don't come into this wood. They don't like it. Dangerous stuff.
Uh,
Other woods to the west, you may meet some border patrols who may be curious about some humans. If you can explain your actions and have proper paperwork or otherwise disguise your identity, you might be fine unless they find out.
Proper papers. Yeah, don't have any of that.
we can disguise our identities without a problem, though.
Oh, I'm sure you can. The others may have more difficulties at pulling that.
Hmm.
Let me
Sam
rephrase that.
adjusts her hat, and suddenly she's an elf.
As long as they don't do any detect magic, you'll be just fine.
Shrugs. Adjusts it again, it goes back to human.
Danielle, Danielle will say, Sam, question.
Hmm.
If you use that, it might, with the whole attempted assassinations.
What did I use this to do? What?
If you used your hat of disguise, do you think it might be able to prevent more attempted assassination?
Probably not.
It wouldn't hurt, would it?
Knowing the ones that we dealt with, something like this won't fool them for long. Maybe at a single glance, but they identify their targets by more than just facial appearance.
Well, as long as we don't wind up getting bent, I think we'll be fine.
Burnt at the stake or hung? The
Yes.
two of you have more of a problem about that than me.
Yes, the fucking assholes.
Mm.
I mean, humans.
Honestly, I'll be glad when this job is done and we can get off this island.
I assume you mean you'll be headed over to the mainland.
Yes,
Yes.
although, honestly, where we get sent next is the question. Because we were teleported onto the island. We have an exfil planned, and if things go well, we can do the teleport again and simply walk out. If not, we have to fight our way out.
I'm
They
pretty sure
didn't put it in an easy to get to place. Had to fight our way in, and probably had to fight our way out.
Oh, no worries. As long as you complete your task, everything will be fine.
knowing our luck,
Task isn't
Sam, we're
complete till we make it all the way back.
yeah. But again, knowing our luck, we might as well be having to fight our way out.
Oh, I pretty much guarantee we'll have to be
Most
fighting
likely.
out. Knowing that location, knowing the
Should
patrols, oh yeah, we will.
should we make maybe a counter, and then
Oh, I've been planning that.
Yes.
as soon as we get back, after the counter is filled, the one with the highest kill count gets to pay for drinks.
Wait, what?
That makes no sense.
I thought you meant counter for the threat, not a physical counting thing.
Yes, I meant a physical counting thing.
Why would you want a
What?
physical counting thing?
It's a competition
Why?
because it's fun.
Must be a sailor thing.
Let's just get the. I don't think. I don't want to overcomplicate things with a competition.
It never would hurt, but whatever. Fine, spoil sports. The lowest counter pays for the drinks. That's what I mean. And there goes my voice again. Excuse me for a moment. Testing. Testing. Okay, you know what? That's fine. It'll just be squeaking.
What about Squeaky?
I'm squeaking.
No, now you sound like you've been a chain smoker for the past 40 years.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
you
mean-
sound.
I guess. All I know is I feel like I want to die.
Nah. Dying's overrated. In this place, you just come back as undead.
Which
No.
point we'll proceed through the night with some rest and other individual. I assume action will happen during the night.
Yes.
As more information can be given in the morning, she tells you guys, and you probably will need your rest for tomorrow's fight. After all, this is one hell of a family of dragons.
Well, I am assuming that Seven has some plans for the evening.
Yes, he's occupied for the night.
He's gonna what?
He's
He
occupied
has-
for the.
He's occupied for the night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I misheard it, and I was like, the what?
Go
No.
hunting. Nothing will be really.
Because I heard something about
found.
ocking the pie, and I'm like, what?
Occupied. Not anything to do
Occuma-
with
Occupication.
That sounds awfully like the word job.
So I assume everything will be fine through night. You guys will your level in HP, magic items and spells will be restored.
Yay! I can update my spell list.
Yay, I'm lucky again.
Hide and move silently. Ooh.
No, I get my daily stuff back, so I get all my heals back. Because I
Yay!
used them fixing the party.
I need a listen check from Jill.
When is this happening?
This would have happened third shift during the night.
She's sleeping for the first 8 hours, so she would still be out cold. So listen check. Natural one. She's a heavy
Nope.
sleeper.
Goodbye, Joe.
And good night.
Forever.
Well, at least this is actually one person that you kill consciously in their sleep.
You know,
Should we burn the body?
should we? Would I press yes for flank? Because she's helpless.
She's flat-footed because she is helpless and asleep.
Actually, would this
so
count
you
as a
can
straight coup
shoot
de grace? No roll required?
if that's what if that's what Seven's going for, coup de grace,
Oh. Well then, yes, I would go straight.
then
for the
that's
front
an
wall.
auto crit with
you just
sneak
roll it.
attack.
Just roll
So
the
roll
damage.
your damage dice twice, because I think natural's a times 2.
Could technically apply a crit card if you prefer, but
I
if you're
don't
just going
think
for straight damage. Probably
crit cards for coup de grace is a smart thing.
It just means you have to make a fort save to die, to live,
Fort
or
save
die.
versus death, which have to have the total of damage for that save, and I
Times
don't
2
think she
damage
can
plus
make it.
sneak attack. I mean, come on, who's going to make that fort save?
You say that, but I've seen a nat 20 on those fort saves. I
I'll
love
just
how
put
the
that
fact
as a
she
1
rolled
to
it, it was an
20.
auto crit anyway.
Okay, I love everyone. Very
No, what I
much,
decided to do is I put a 1 for the critical threat instead of a 20.
Oh, okay.
That way it would come up.
I'm going to go offline because this is not fun.
Good night. Get
Night.
better.
Yeah, rest your voice. Feel better.
I hope so, because I got rehearsals tomorrow.
I was gonna say, and we got a game Monday.
That's
Definitely rest up for tomorrow
um,
then.
26, 30.
So
Oh my
14
God,
and
Let's see, it's
24.
26. 3d6 is
38
from
plus
sneak
9
attack.
is 47 damage.
And then
how much?
9 is the
That's with the 9.
7 from the Craven, 2 from the Amulet,
yes.
How much?
which only has to be flat-footed, so yeah, it would apply. It's not flanking requirements, right?
So how much HP?
No, the teamwork amulet does require flanking.
Oh, so 2 points less. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, 45
Ugh.
damage. Pfft.
So how much HP did she have before?
She only has 33 life. So
Yeah, that's auto dead
45
anyway.
is
No save
auto
required.
dead, but should she require a fort save for it, the wizard rogue just rolled a 4 on the dice. And rogues and wizards don't have fort for high, so that's like a +2 with a +2 con mod. So that's an 8. You have to make a 10 plus damage dealt. So it had to make like a 55 or die outright.
Nat 20 is the only way to survive that shit.
Even still,
Doesn't
that
matter.
doesn't have the HP to survive all that. So
Even still, yeah.
No, that's -12. That's auto dead.
She.
so she died peacefully in her sleep. Not
More like snap neck or throat torn out, blood squirts, doesn't open eyes or sudden shock and then dies instantly. So just a quick gasp and drop.
Next question I have is, does 7 do something with the body, or do we wake up with a dead person later on?
Reverts back to changeling form, true identity, and dead with lots of blood probably.
7. Who would be up at this point?
Third
Estella.
watch, Estella, and the elf, Tar. Because it's one right before Ash.
Let me roll something really quick. Okay, he's going to be proud of himself, so y'all gonna wake up to a dead body. With the throat ripped out.
Lots
He's
of
proud of
blood.
himself.
I did a thing.
okay. I'm just gonna do this because.
Now I have a question. Does 7 tell the others? Don't tell Sam.
He's not gonna tell anybody.
Obviously not. I'm gonna be like gonna have to Ash is stupid, and when he wakes up, he's gonna see if he's gonna do his project to notice the dead.
Oh
body.
yeah, because he's next
Oh,
on watch. Does he freak
no.
out because of dead person?
Oh my god, zombie ninjas! They're back! The assassins! They followed
Fucking
us
zombie
alive.
assassons!
That's exactly his reaction. Oh my god!
Because that's what happened last
time.
Undead assassins.
He
I'm
just
sure
start
Danielle will just roll her eye,
like
say
there's
anything.
a-
And
break
Tar
the
will probably do
amusement,
the same.
and Tar will just ignore Ash.
Stupid human.
No,
When everybody woke up, 7 would actually be laying over next to Stella.
I'm sure 7.
You clean up your mouth?
Yes, he would have licked
Okay.
his mouth clean.
Okay.
I'm sure 7 would actually find this more amusing as opposed to us.
He actually is finding it more amusing the fact that he can't put 2 and 2 and 2 together.
Gotta play that
Nine.
low wisdom.
Alright, now I have to roll for Sam. See if all the yelling wakes her up. I have a -1 to this roll. No, I don't wake
Not a
up.
10.
Because
You
Heavy sleep.
I have a -1 to the check already. On top of the fact if you're asleep, you take an additional -10.
You do not wake up.
I rolled a 10.
You
I have a
sleep through the
-1.
night.
I don't hear
You wake
shit.
up. You go to set
No.
your spells for 10 minutes and, oh, dead body.
So Ash would just be paced for hers while he's just actually more pacing around like a soldier. keeping an eye on.
All
They
Tar does is just puts a finger to her lips, doesn't say a word, just looks at you, then takes it down and goes back to staring at the sky.
Sam wakes
yeah,
up in
but
the morning, looks over. What happened while I was asleep?
I, someone or something attacked her. I think I know what it was. The
You
zombie,
see,
the zombie ninja assassins from the island.
as Ash is ranting and raving at you, you see what looks like a changeling dressed in Jill's clothes with her throat ripped out and blood everywhere.
I go over check the body. Does this actually?
That's Jill's clothes. That's Jill's satchel.
Huh.
Uh, was
Looks
Jill?
over at Tar. Doesn't look like your style, but did you have someone do it?
I have no reason to kill a servant.
I figured I'd ask.
Someone had a beef and handled the matter quickly.
I just lets out a groan.
Sam just scratches her head. Occupational hazard of a spy.
How
Oh,
much
and by the way, Ash, to answer your question, the ninja assassins, as you call them, they were dealt with back at the Druid camp. And they were not zombies, they were drow. Get it right. They're all dead.
But they were in a zombie island. But wait a minute, they're in a zombie island, and that means that just puts Ash in a more
What are you
thinking mode
going
for a
off
moment.
about?
He just starts. He just walks off and just leans down and like those anime. You know where the anime protagonist starts thinking for some reason.
Sam just shrugs it off,
He,
lets you go, and then goes back to setting her spells. It's like he's being
he
dumb
just starts
again.
he just starts muttering and saying random shit to himself, like trying to piece together a puzzle that doesn't even exist.
Tar's honestly not going to inquire as to Zombie Island and assassin stuff because just assumes that one's jumping to random crazy questions and answers to them as she saw a dog do it
The other thing
and
is
doesn't care.
as for the ninja assassins and the drow, Sam's already mentioned the fact that they had assassins come after him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that sort of fills in that blank. So just assumes that that one's an idiot and couldn't figure things out.
yeah.
It's like
Ash is
Zombie
just
Island. What do you mean by zombie? Sounds really interesting. It's like no, everything else about drows, seeing the dog do it. Yeah, that one just cannot figure things out or squat.
Accurate!
currently because the low wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Sam does too, except hers is for different circumstances. I roleplay it slightly different. Although once I finish setting spells and preparing things, it then goes check the body and sees like, is there anything useful?
Her flesh.
That's not actually useful for Sam. There
Quarter
is
Tar,
for
she doesn't
seven.
know of anything you can make out of a changeling, and even then, that's still technically people.
Brother.
there's about two or three things, two of which are like undead or construct-based servants. But yeah,
Yeah, no, no undead. And still, for the second one, it's still people.
eh,
I mean,
since
if I
when has
didn't
that been a
claim it as
problem with this
people, then that
party?
means I'm not claiming Seven or Estella as people.
But
So in
Ash is
Sam's mind,
muttering,
it's still people.
yeah. As soon as Ash starts muttering, he suddenly causes to take over because it's very easy to do so. Ash is like this. He just starts going automated mode, clean up camp, clean up stuff, then looks over at and then looks over at Sam like, all right, he feeds you. Hang on. Hey, what? He looks over. He goes in the bag. Let's see. I know what to give you. And takes out an anchovy for 7.
Seven's just going to take a blank face and take the anchovy. But before we completely dispose of the body and Sam does what she does with the body, he's gonna have his breakfast.
Oh, Sam's checking it for useful gear.
Tar will basically just tell Sam, not necessary. Someone
Although,
will come and acquire the goods.
although when he looks when he
Oh,
looks down at 7, when he was like looking confused, like,
okay.
what? Anchovy is an excellent source of protein and has excellent healthy oil. You should consider yourself lucky.
So does every other fish in the sea.
Sam just starts popping the good berries off the bracelet, puts it away, puts the other one back on, and passes out the good berries.
Ash
I'm
will
gonna
eat
take my
it.
And now,
clicker
since it
and
doesn't have to
take my
give one to
corpse.
Jill, gives it to Tar.
This is highly nutritious and value.
Or we'll go ahead and take it since it's been given one before. Knows what it is.
And third one, Sam saves. And then goes to stick it in her pocket and goes, oh, right. And then eats it. Keep forgetting.
Don't gotta eat, don't gotta do this or that. Yeah. It's like, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and lead you over to the cave.
I don't care.
What can
I
you
don't
tell
think
us?
Seven.
Hmm?
I don't care. I don't think Seven wants Kabu feeding him again.
No.
Ash knows how to feed Seven.
Kabu's just like, this is nutritious. It's like, I don't care. It's not yummy. There's a difference between nutritious and yummy.
Yummy has high saturated fats and sugars. You do not need that. You need these kinds of nutritions.
Ash offers steak, Kabu offers a salad.
Takes
Which
With
will my
no,
brother
both.
have?
the salad
Hands
has
the
no
salad to the elf. The steak to Seven.
For dessert, Ash gives ice cream. Kabu gives some very bland gelatin substance
Oh,
made
Jello.
from all, probably made from avocados or something.
Ooh.
Sam would probably take the Jello.
And
If it's
then we'll
actual
end
Jello.
up with you guys getting taken within range of the cave entrance being pointed out to you, and she'll basically say, I'll wait here with my people. Once you return, let me know.
Sam would inquire as to what the Guardians are, if she can see them. If she can't see them.
Kobolds, a couple of large lizard like creatures with wings, and one dragon of extraordinary ability and origin, is what Tar ends up informing you.
Kobolds, winged lizards, dragon. Alright, gonna have to prepare for specifically anti-dragon, and maybe the rest will work, maybe it won't. Alright, spells to use. And I'll get you the info, Michael, on spells next week.
Figure you'll buff up the party
Oh,
accordingly. You
hell
may have
yes.
more questions for this fight because it's gonna be more fun than that little mini boss fight
Yeah,
Yay.
but this
without help.
time, I know it's a green dragon, which means I'll go ahead and roll that knowledge check, because dragons are arcana.
I'm gonna do a history check and see if we can find out more, remember more details about dragons beside
There we go, Michael.
Kingzilla.
It's 10 plus.
I made a 20. I think it's DC 15 plus hit dice normally. Or is it 10 plus hit dice?
We'll look at Player's Handbook real quick to make sure that you didn't just fail that.
Mainly what I'm wanting is their element. Green Dragon's element.
10 plus monsters hit die for details, so you will get general knowledge about green dragons, which is they have an acid.
Acid? Perfect.
Yeah, and what
Which
about
means
my
I can
history
pop
check?
resist acid for the whole party.
History, green dragons. Usually to match their surroundings. Oh, forested. You're pretty sure. And pretty greedy and like treasure like most dragons and tend to basically want information from adventurers and violent like most dragons and evil in nature as the ones with color are allegedly bad and the ones of metal are good.
There's some
Oh,
doubt in
actually,
that.
I actually have resist energy because of my helmet, Adam.
Do you have resist energy acid?
Yes, it does give me that
It
specific
gives
one.
two options, which he has to pick one of, and because the celestial one it offers like I think electric or acid, so
Okay,
he can give it to himself.
acid or cold. I cannot. That's the
Oh,
only. If it was electricity, I would have used it in a
I was
fire.
gonna say if it was
no,
electric, that would have been much more useful for him earlier.
cold or acid. So one less person you have to spin a spell on.
It's only a first level spell
Still,
that
That
lasts over
is
an hour.
for level. So this is a ninth level. This is a level 9 helmet. It will last for over
It'll last 90 minutes.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, mine only lasts 70 minutes, but yeah. Because I'm only caster level 7. Guess we're only level 7. But yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
but it,
stopping point, I think. So,
yeah,
yeah,
it
well, I
is.
guess. Yeah, well, Terran, I guess Ash noticed 7 looks like that. Hey, oh, you weren't fed. Hang on. Takes out a few meatballs from the sack. Here you go.
If it's
Now
caster
that's a
level
meal.
9, then that's actually 20 points that it resists, the 7th level or higher.
He looks like that. Like, he looks sad. It looks like someone didn't feed you anything proper recently.
oi, I fed her. Him.
Well, like, oh no, oh no, I know you always feed with the party, but I usually give him. I usually give 7 some of my ration. The God will feed you does something bad. Bark one for you.
A bark.
I will say what? The dog needs nutrition.
It's still a growing doggo.
Meatballs are nutritious.
Next thing Kyle feeds you, like, oh yes, you require nutrition. Here, gives you just plain white rice,
Vitamins.
Oh my god.
no soy sauce, no fried rice, just regular white rice.
Well, I know who the first party member-ish character who's going to die by 7 is.
Kabu.
Oh man, I'm so tired in the morning. I feel weird. Now, Kabu, what do you think's going? Kabu, where are you? And where's my hand?
Where's my hand? I think we can get that fixed. I think there's a spell that can do that. I don't
But
think it'll
then,
fix
like,
Kabu, though.
when the next what you call a symbiote grows, it's not Cobb anymore. Hello, Clarice.
Sorry,
Who
Clarice
are
is
you?
not here right now.
Better.
Like what? You really don't know, do you? What your body can do, what we can do.
Smack!